motherfucking page. I'm a motherfucking page. I'm a motherfucking page. I'm a motherfucking page.
It's all about, you can train as hard as you want to, but if you're not eating and recovering just as hard, if not harder, then it's going to be hard to really make the gains and make the progress that you want to. I'm Burdick. I'm a strength and conditioning coach out here in Dublin, California at CSA Gym. I was a Division I collegiate baseball player, semi-professional baseball player after that, and then I kind of moved from the East Coast out to California to chase a chick, as most of us do, moving out west. And then, things unravel and life happens and you kind of end up somewhere else. And I was doing some personal training, strength coach stuff in San Francisco. And then I just realized that I needed something else to compete in, something else to do. And I always liked lifting. I always wanted to be strong, and I never was. I was a 180-pound baseball player. So, I contacted a couple of people, like Dave Tate and Jim Wendler. They put me in contact with some really great people. And from there, I kind of started to learn the craft, learn really what it meant to A, be strong, and B, how to be a coach and to coach someone to be strong. And from there, I've moved on in my career from a couple of different gyms from San Francisco out in kind of the suburbs, having kids. But in the process, I've totaled 5 elite classes, which only 30 or so people in the history of powerlifting have done. So in elite total in 220, 242, 275, 308, and super heavyweight. And I'm the only idiot to actually do 220 and super heavyweight in the same year, which was a lot of fun. And from there, my best geared lifts are 909, 636, and 820. From now, I've kind of moved on to some raw lifting. My best lifts are 705, 491, and 720.
That's bench,
Squat, bench, deadlift. Yeah, they're all squat, bench, deadlift. Sorry. Kind of what I'm focusing on now is just building up the team here at CSA, the Prevail Power team. Right now, I have 4 all-time world records, regardless of, not personally, but I've helped coach people to those, regardless of class and regardless of federation. So we have that. We're just starting to try and build the team up. I have about 50 members at this point, most of them being competitive and just trying to push those further forward. We're doing a lot of meets here at CSA Gym now. Next one, November 7th and 8th. Come on out, Reebok Records Breakers meet. So we'll have about 100 lifters trying to, help people break some more records. And, along with just coaching athletes, I'm trying to get powerlifting a little bit more credit. I get to play in a couple of different realms. I get to play in kind of the CrossFit realm, being here at CSA with all the CrossFitters and having Katie and everything. And I see these local throwdowns, whose, first place awards are, $5,000, $10,000.
Yep.
And and powerlifters are happy walking away with a 10-cent medal half the time. I think that's a problem. I think we're, legitimate athletes doing legitimate things. So I've started to reach out to some of the people who have supported me, as far as like sponsors and everything. I'm trying to change the landscape of things. I'm just offering up money for all-time world records and starting to try and get people paid for what they're doing. People are going to put in a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears too to try and make it to a meet. And you got to be happy with a trophy or something. And it's so much cooler to be able to walk away with something and be like, oh man, this really means something. Look at this. I made some money. I can pay some bills. Exactly. I can pay my gym membership with this. I can pay. And you can pay me to come and coach you. Exactly. Or supplements, etc. So you can get yourself better. It's all about you can train as hard as you want to, but if you're not eating and recovering just as hard, if not harder, then it's going to be hard to really make the gains and make the progress that you want to. So you make a decision and you use anything that you can to make the progress that you need to. So gaining weight, kind of the same thing. To losing weight, it's just a decision and making a plan and going forward. Diet is paramount in anything that you do. You can't get away from it. You can try everything that you can to hide it, but eventually it's just going to come and bite you in the ass no matter what you do. And one of the best things about the strength arena today is supplementation. I mean, it does have to, that word supplement, it has to be in supplement to something else. So your diet has to be good, but you can utilize these things like a max adrenal, just like any sort of protein powder, et cetera, amino acids, to help kind of just make things easier for you. It's not going to replace anything. It's not going to be instead of. It'll just kind of help things along. And I mean, I've been using supplements for the past 20 years. I mean, all the way back to the old, Metrex days when they were in the old 2 cans, and you have to do that, and you just choked it down, and you're like, this is getting me better, I swear. I mean, all the way through, through the Body for Life days with, with all the Metrex products and the Myoplex and all that other stuff to stuff now where, it's just, you can be more conscious of what you're buying and what you're putting in your body and really kind of make it really, really good for you. And, one of the reasons that I'm really happy to be here today talking to you guys is Max Adrenal. I think it's something, and the sleep formula that's coming. I knew there was a hole there in kind of the supplement industry. It just wasn't there. And it was something that we talked about, and we literally were talking about the same supplements and the same ingredients and putting stuff forward. So, I mean, it was something I knew I needed, I knew Katie needed, and, something that I think a lot of athletes need as well. It's just a hole in the game, and now it's filled and it's easy to do. And I think it should be, it's going to be taken more and more seriously as it kind of gets, and it grows and grows and grows and gets more and more traction. Are you using mousse or is that a gel?
It's a paste.
It's a paste?
It's a paste.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Is it like a thing? Does it look like paste?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like this orange,
It's just it's a thing.
You just take some out, throw it in the hair, and hope it looks good by the end of the day.
There you go.
So,
all right.
I've just been failing a lot.
Well, maybe that's my problem. I'm not using enough paste.
I'm going to get you paste.
I'm eating a lot of paste. Is that good?
That's good for powerlifting.
Okay. All right.
And that's
Good.
really what matters to you.